All right, how you doing, Nicole?
They're pretty good.
Good. So last time we met, we were talking. You started going back to class a little bit. You're still dealing with some depression, still some conflicts with your mom and you's relationship. So I kind of wanted to focus this session starting off on the depression. Can you give me an update on that?
I'd say it's not better, but it's getting better. I think I'm making like a conscious effort to, when I feel myself just wanting to isolate kind of in my room and not do anything, trying to like get out of that environment. So it seems to be helping.
Nice. So you're trying to make some changes then.
Mm.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more. Keep going.
Um, yeah, I mean, sometimes I still kind of just let it take over and just sit in my room all day, but I've really been trying to like when I'm feeling like that to leave my room, go try to socialize with my family, sometimes go on a walk,
Mhm.
things like that, just to get myself out of my dark environment
Yeah.
of my room.
So how you feel about the progress? And it seems like that's some good progress from
Yeah.
the beginning.
I mean, it's definitely difficult, but I'd say the progress is good. Like I can see that it's helping. So it gives me a little bit of hope.
Yeah. Okay. How what are some of the are you noticing some changes mentally?
I seem to be a little more, I guess, determined and
Hmm.
stuff in like school now. Like since we've kind of talked about like, okay, my end goal is like possibly going to college and having a
Yeah,
career. So
absolutely.
like, even though it's not fun, I know that it's important.
Mhm.
So I've been trying to focus on that as well.
So that's really good. You know, you were setting goals in the beginning. So how has this interacted? Like, how has that changed your relationship with your mother? Like, has she noticed the changes? Has any changes with y'all's communication happened?
I'd say our communication's still rocky. She's not as like, you know,
Hmm.
on top of me about everything. She sees that I'm trying, but I don't know. Our relationship still hasn't really
Yeah.
worked its way out yet.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're making positive changes. Your mood seems to be elevated, but the relationship's still
Mm,
not where you want it to be.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, what what kind of things is that something you're interested in exploring? That relationship with your mom?
Yeah, I think so. Because we used to have a really good relationship. I kind of miss that. I'm just
Yeah.
not sure how to get back to that point.
Right. Right. So it sounds like to me that it's gotten a little better. There's a little bit of
Yeah.
progress. So I was thinking some of that depression that you were feeling, it might have been you were feeling judged by your
Mm.
mom, and I mean that can bring you to a dark place. Do you think she seems to be judging you less now that you're making some changes or feeling less judged?
Yeah, I definitely feel less like I'm disappointing her.
Hmm.
So I think that helps me like try to have a better relationship with her because before I didn't really want to talk to her at all
Right,
because I
right.
just kind of felt like, what's the use? Like
Yeah.
she's just gonna be disappointed. So I do think I don't know exactly how she's been feeling about it, but like I feel a little more comfortable like being
Hmm.
around her now.
Yeah. Well, that's the important thing. You know, kind of two-way street though. Also, it's difficult when you're dealing with another person. It's not just on you. So what are some of your pressing issues you find at this moment? You were
Um,
talking about, I mean, I know you had the boyfriend. You haven't really mentioned your dad much. So I don't know if that's was the area you wanted to explore, but so we'll focus back on the boyfriend. Give me an update on that.
he still hasn't met my family, which I
Hmm.
think is difficult because I'm trying to reform relationships with my parents, mostly my mom, and
Hmm.
but then I leave all the time to go hang out with him, and like there's not like a connection there, like they don't
Yeah.
know each other.
So you feel a little awkward, like maybe
Mhm.
bringing him in because your mom's feeling judged.
Yeah.
I mean, judging you. Yeah, that's difficult. What? How is I'm proud of the progress you're making. Like that's really good. It seems like you're taking an initiative. I'm wondering how he fits it all into this. Uh, so you're to recap,
Mhm.
you're still uncomfortable bringing him around your mom.
Yeah.
What kind of what would make you feel more comfortable? Would it be men in a relationship with your mom?
I don't know. I think it's just like right now, like I feel like they're just so separate in my life. And so it kind of causes me a little bit of stress because I feel like I'm like living almost like two sides of my life and I wish they would kind of like come together. But I'm not sure how to, now that like it's been so long that they haven't met and stuff, how to take
Yeah.
that step and then also like I don't know how it's gonna go, like
Yeah.
if she doesn't like him,
Yeah.
I
So
don't
you
wanna stop
don't feel
seeing
like
him.
you're able to be like your authentic self.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, and that's because you're feeling judged.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, hmm. So tell me some more about, you know, what would it take to get you to feel comfortable bringing him around? Is that a step you want to take?
Yeah, I think so. I think like I'm just so nervous what their interaction's going to be. So like, like if she doesn't like him, like she's gonna expect me to like stop seeing him and I don't want that to happen. So it's almost like I'm not very happy with how it is now, but I'm also afraid if it changes, it could change for like the worse.
Mm. So you're worried that if your mom brings that judgment to him, that you might have to stop seeing him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's difficult. Because you got feelings for him.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, you know, on one hand, it's kind of difficult because you care about this boy and you want a relationship. You have a relationship. You want the relationship to keep going. You also care about your mom and what she thinks, and those two things are
Yeah.
contradicting each other. You know,
Yeah.
that conflict. Uh, yeah. Have you thought about discussing it with your mom?
No, not really. I think because I know like once I bring it up and stuff, then it has to happen. Like,
Right.
if I like talk to her about like meeting him, she's going to like then expect to meet him. Like I can't like backtrack after
Yeah.
that.
So, have you expressed these feelings to your boyfriend?
Not really. Um, we haven't really talked about it that much. I've met his family, but like I think he knows that like my family has been kind of iffy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it sounds like, I mean, you've met his family. You feel accepted by them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it seems like it'd be a natural move. I could see where the uneasy feeling would be. I mean, here you are meeting his family, and then you feel uncomfortable with him meeting your mom because you and your mom aren't where you want it to be. Uh, I think it would be a good step. I mean, explore the options. Sometimes things aren't as bad as you think they would be. But I think taking that step, if that's what you want, I think it would be a good idea to explore it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the what kind of let's see. So what are you feeling? What are your thoughts on all this?
I I think it is something I want to explore. I think I just keep thinking of the worst possible case scenario and I haven't really considered like the good that could actually come out of it.
Yeah. You thought about making maybe a list or pros and cons list?
Yeah, that might be helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's difficult. So you wanna, like I said, I mean, you want your life to, flow right. And it's like you're struggling with, I mean, you feel like you're two people. You live in two different lives. I mean, the good thing would be you want everything to line up. So having that's got to be difficult. I mean, being one way around your family and then being a totally different person.
Yeah.
So how does that make you feel like I'm thinking that's probably contributing to some of the depression. I mean, not being able to be yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm like unintentionally having to like hide part of myself from like my family, because like I don't even talk about like the fun things that me and my boyfriend do. Like if we go somewhere and like I don't even, it's just we pretend like it never happened.
Right. I wonder if that's because maybe like, you don't feel like you add up in your parents and your mom's mind, you don't measure up. And that was I see you're more open to the process than you were in the beginning. It's the third time we met. and you feel like your best wasn't good enough, but you're making progress. I mean, you're getting out, doing things, going to class. You've met his family, so it's about taking the baby steps.
Yeah.
I find, and I think maybe making a pros and cons list, having a plan that could go a long way.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
No, yeah, I think that'd be a good next step, is kind of deciding for sure what I want to do and then how to go about it.
Yeah, good deal. Yeah, it's all positive. You feel like you're making some good progress?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
that's good. So, I mean, up to this point, we're talking about you're getting out the depression. That was something I was concerned about big time, because I wanted to look more into that probably this session, but it seems like that's getting better. Where do you where do you see you and your mom's relationship going in the future? Like, say everything was fixed, what would that look like?
I think like if we had like our ideal relationship, like we used to like talk, like we used to be friends. Like I know it's kind of weird to be like friends with your parents,
Yeah.
but like we used to hang out, and like she's someone I could go to for like advice, and like we trusted each other, and
Yeah,
I don't know, it's just a much better relationship. So I just like to get back to that point.
Yeah. So it's what I'm hearing is that, y'all had a good relationship, y'all were more friends, and somewhere along the line, that went south, and you kind of went your way and she went her way, and the communication kind of deteriorated. Do you feel like that's maybe, does the work relationship have anything to do with that? I know you're working for her. Do you think that has any impact?
Yeah, I definitely think that has added some stress, because it's definitely different, like being, I guess, from like her perspective, like being a parent and being a boss, you know? And I definitely, like, when I first started working for her, looked at it more as like, oh, I'm working for my mom, than, oh, this is a job that I need to take seriously. So I definitely think that put some stress on our relationship.
Yeah, because it sound having that friend relationship on one hand, and then on the other, like it was a boss employee relationship, which could probably carry over into your home life, and cause some stress. I wonder if have you thought about getting another job or anything like that?
Not really yet. I guess it's something I could look into. I'm not sure if that would be like, I think it might help our relationship, but I'm not sure how she would handle that.
Right. Yeah, that could be tough for I mean, tough for you though. You're looking for a mom. I mean, your feelings are valid. You need a mom, but it's also, you're probably feeling the pressure from the work side. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely I feel like there's definitely a communication breakdown at some point with you and your mom. So let's see. You feel like, so you're working for your mom, and it's not, I mean, you don't like that job, you said, or do you like the job?
I'm kind of indifferent to it,
Yeah.
I think it's just a job. I guess it's just,
Yeah.
There's other things I'd rather be doing, but
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, younger. So what kind of things are you wanting to work on moving forward? Because I feel like at this point in time, I mean, you're making strides already, but because I felt like the depression was the main thing. I know the relationship with your boyfriend and your mom, like you're iffy, you're on the fence if you want them to meet. Like, what else is of main concern to you?
I think my motivation's finally coming back, and just making sure like I find out how to keep that so I don't lose it again, and then also just fixing my relationship with my mom, and that's kind of the main thing.
Okay.
Because that would kind of tie in with like my boyfriend and my job, like everything.
Yeah. That's what. I see that. It makes a lot of sense. So definitely, I've mentioned what we talked about today. Going forward, I'd maybe dive into some of that. What is it in the relationship that's not working for you? Like, what's making you pull back? Because, like you said, at one point in time, you were having a good relationship with her, and now it's rocky. Maybe do some inside search, some give it some thought, maybe make a pros and cons list about the boyfriend meeting the mom, but give some thought about what avenue, what area is making you pull back from your mother. Because I think there's something deep down, that we can get to, you because you don't seem to be feeling as judged since you're making more effort, and I think the effort might be, sometimes you got to make the push,
Yeah.
Because a lot of times both people want to fix something, but neither of them are willing to make a move. So I think if you're ready to, try to mend that relationship, then she might be open to it.
Yeah.
So I give that some thought, and then when we meet back next time, we'll talk about it and see where we can go from there. See if we can get some feelings, what area you'd like to work on. But sounds good. I'll see you next time.
Perfect. Thank you.